And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Uncensored Minds. Well, y'all know how it goes. We are back to the normal this week. So I'm going to start us off with a little affirmation. And after that, we are going to get into some uncensored topics. I know everybody's ready for that. So let's begin with a little affirmation. I had to think on that, and I always come up off the top of my head with things. And this week, the only thing I could come up with was staying comfortable in uncomfortability. You know, it's doable. I had to go inside just before I got on here and do some meditation clinics. And I'm telling you, people, if you think that meditation does not work in order to find yourself, and as the shit starter T can say, get your life, I promise you it can. So I invite you all each day, just take 5 minutes, go inside your own heart. You'd be surprised at the love that you have inside your own heart without disturbances from the outside. And when you find that love from your own heart, you go inside and you walk with it and you come out with a smile. Now let's get to some uncensored mind topics.
I just want to start off by saying I don't really feel good today, so I'm not taking no shit from you tonight. I'm not taking none of y'all shit tonight.
Man, I was gonna give it to you tonight too.
What's up, yo? How's everybody doing? Make sure everybody like and share the video. I'm gonna break out the icebreaker for y'all. Wrapping up. So this is gonna be the icebreaker. It's episode 73. This is gonna be the icebreaker. You still have dreams, like physical dreams, in your sleep. You remember them, you think about them, you have like deja vu's. Do you still have dreams? That's the icebreaker for this one. So, first.
Yeah, I'll go first. I still have dreams, very vivid dreams. They be wild too, like off the hook, like jumping from buildings, all action packed kind of dreams, wild dreams. But I know that they say that a lot of the dreams, subconsciously, you're thinking of things or emotionally going through things. So I guess my dreams reflect kind of the madness or the chaos in my life at certain periods of time. But yeah, I still dream and I remember them very well.
What's up, Caitlin?
I do from time to time. I don't have them often, but when I do have them, mine are more of messages coming through because I mostly dream of like my loved ones who have passed on. So when I have dreams like that, then they are vivid, very vivid to me. And being me, I go inside and try to analyze and see what the message is.
Mhm.
What's up, Nell?
Yeah, I have dreams. I had a dream maybe about 20 minutes ago. So sleeping and dreaming is real for me. Yeah, I still do.
Okay. If anybody's read my book, y'all know that I stopped having dreams at 12. So anytime I have a dream now, like a nightmare. But I've been stopped having dreams. I just was curious to see if people still having dreams. I don't know. If some people stop as they grow older, I just was curious. Let us know in the comments. Do y'all still have dreams?
I have a question. Am I the only one having trouble hearing you, T?
Can't hear me, Kaden?
I mean, it seemed to be a lot of, from my end with just yours, it seemed to be some kind of background interference. That's why I was asking, was I the only one having trouble hearing you?
That work, Kaden. It's vacuums and shit going on. It's a lot of shit going on. you gotta wait till I get outside. It's a lot of shit going on.
Well, okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me, T. Okay, don't come through the phone and slap me now. We ain't gonna have no more
I
books
told
flapping
you I
around
wasn't
here.
taking none of y'all shit tonight. I told you that. I already said I'm not taking no shit tonight. I don't feel good.
So I actually got a part 2 to the icebreaker question. So he just asked, do y'all still dream or not? Now, part 2 of the question is, how do you feel about pop up visits? Let's say you had a boo, your significant other, your sweetheart, whatever, just popping up on you. Do you welcome that or do you not? So let's say you was having a dream, you was dreaming that you was laid up beside your situation, your piece, your boo, your joint, and you get a knock at the door, or you feel something on your neck, and it's your significant other. Would you be turned off or would you welcome that?
Well, if you're having that dream at the time, you're gonna welcome that. I mean, that's happened to me before, and it was welcome.
Hold the phone now. No, hold the phone. She said she was having a dream about it happening, and then somebody crept up on her and started feeling on her. That's what you're saying, KD?
Well, I didn't say I was having a dream per se. I'm just saying I've had pop-ups. I have no problem if when I have a I don't have situations, but when I have a relationship like that, I, I don't care about pop-ups.
Yeah.
What's your take, Aisha?
Pop-ups is all that. I definitely welcome it. Come on, baby, let's go. No, but I enjoy it. I like that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff really excites me. So yeah, I'm with it.
Do y'all get mad if they weren't invited and they just popped up out of nowhere and took control of the situation? Would your would your anger factor go out the window, or would you read them their rights?
I
Run
think
that
violence.
again now.
So if you didn't invite the person over, right? It was
Uh-huh.
an uninvited pop up, and they popped up on you. Would you read them their rights, or would you just let it rock?
Just let it rock. I mean, it wouldn't be any reason to read the rights. I mean, if it's your boo, it's no reason to read the
Right.
rights.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Now, are you
Uh-huh.
speaking of, are we in a situation with this person, or is it just somebody who just so happens you dealt with and they pop up at your door and on some stalker shit? Like,
No, maybe it's
Yeah,
like a
now,
situation.
yeah, now on some stalker shit, yeah, now you gonna get a cussing now. If it's
Not
somebody,
not the stalker lane, just somebody that you real comfortable with. Y'all got that bond,
yeah,
whatever the situation may be, and they pop up on you, no matter what day it is, time it is, and what I mean, y'all full go, or y'all like, why you here?
no, full
I
go.
don't know. I mean, if it's your boo, it's no problem at all.
Hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't see a problem with it anyway.
Good.
Now,
Now, how about
some
you
women
now?
may. I mean, I guess that depends on if they got something going on with somebody else and they got something to hide. Then yeah, they would have a problem with it.
Now, how
Solid.
about you now? You like the pop ups? You cool with the pop ups?
Yeah, if like I said, if that's mine, yeah, I don't mind it.
Don't mind it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't mind.
Mhm.
I don't mind. You know what I mean? I don't mind. So hopefully everybody has had a good week. We had a lot of um we had like a lot that happened between Sunday and Sunday, right? As we were on
Mhm.
air last week, you know what I mean? We had some real fireworks out there. I mean, and those fireworks were were powerful. So how y'all feel about this week?
Oh, okay. Since we're going to bring up the famous slap anyway, personally, I think it's a little overplayed, but I've I come to find that some people still think it was
Huh?
staged.
Danger. Keep my wife's name out your fucking. Yeah, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. That's what I say too. You dig? So as we go into this next segment, we're going to talk about the Will Smith and Chris Rock slap. KD, how do you feel about it since you started to talk on it? As you being an actress, as you being a part of that culture, that family, as a fellow actress, how do you feel about your two brethren getting into that type of altercation on the biggest stages of congratulations there is for the academy?
Um, I am a little mixed myself. Um, I was stunned just like everybody else, and of course, wonder if it was staged or not.
Hmm.
And that's still speculations whether or not it's staged. But even if it was or was not, I personally feel um, that it's a little overplayed by the media because if Chris Rock, it happened to him, and if he could just turn his, I think he wanted to go away. He don't want to keep being reminded of that slap. But on the other hand, it did rise him up in his comedy tour, being sold out, being able to really make money from it. Which, again, wasn't staged. Now, on the other hand, Will Smith has stepped down from everything, and his projects are being put on hold. Well, that's personal for me because that means that we got those that have a chance to go on his project to work. That's stopping our money. So I want it to go away, plain and simple.
Aisha.
So
Oh,
I
but
think there's
I'm sorry. I do think that Will should be punished. Now, I'm not saying that I condone what Will did. I respect him, respecting his wife, but I don't think his punishment should be to take away what he has earned, which is his award, but find some other way to punish him. I'm sorry, Aisha.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I think there's a lot of dimensions to this Will and Jada story, and this last level that we just got a chance to experience, which is a human being, Will Smith being a human being, showing human emotions. It seems like he just takes and takes and takes a lot of um, different criticisms just from his book, from his music, from some of his movies to the whole August Alsina situation. And I think maybe those things have just kind of like bubbled over. And the whole, G.I. Jane joke, I think Chris just came in at a bad time with that. And he's protecting his wife. He's human, like outside of being a millionaire and an entertainer and someone that always has an amazing reserve. Like he's always reserved. You never see Will really step out of character, except when that one guy kind
True.
of like kissed him on the lip or something, and he smacked him and said, "Don't you ever do that," or something like that. Like we never see him really getting out of character or just showing anger or emotion really. So to see this, it had to be like bubbled up inside of him to do that. And so I think, we have to just realize that these people are human. He has human emotions and he was protecting his wife at that point in time. And whatever, I think he's willing to deal with any repercussions that comes his way. And he's going to bow out gracefully if necessary, which is what he's doing in
Hmm.
some cases.
Right.
As a man, I take two stance in this, and I'm gonna share both points. Because as a man, I can understand him wanting to be the protector of his family. That's what we are. That's what our job is to do, is to protect. And you all know my stand on it was the moment it happened and we started to hear all of this and see all of that. I took the stand of, if you want to disrespect somebody's wife, then you got to stand on that, regardless of whatever comes your way. Because at the end of the day, I got to take my wife's feelings into consideration, and I gotta protect her, right? Because you don't know what she said to me at home. You don't know what type of arguments, what type of discussions, what type of issues that we may have had with her feeling like I wasn't there for her when she needed me to be, right? Two, the moment I allow you to disrespect her, and in front of my face, also in front of her face, and she displeased by it, then I'm allowing the world to do the same thing, right? And as a man, it's my responsibility to make sure any and everything that's a part of me with me, under me, is valued, right? As we can say all day long, well, he laughed. She didn't. Well, he thought it was funny. She didn't. He went too far. She didn't, right? I step up and I gotta respect that. How many times have he been disrespected? His family's name, his household, the whole circumference of the Smith family been disrespected in the media through the entanglement situation, her going on different podcasts and different forums and saying how she's never experienced real love or being sexually loved the right way by him. People get tired of that. And he got tired of it, right? The true mark of a man is recognizing and understanding your mistake and you owning up to it. It ain't to glaze over it. It ain't to look past it. It ain't to stumble. It's to stand in the face of adversity. And that's what this man is doing. That's what we yes, we can persecute him and say, I would have did this, I would have did that. Y'all didn't have to live with that. He does. Right? Who at the end of the day is this harming? It's not harming us. It's harming him. He's facing backlash. We gonna wake up at night. I mean, we gonna go to bed at night. We gonna wake up in the morning the same. But he has to deal with that. And I respect him as a man for standing up and having the courage not only to stand up in the face of somebody who his wife felt like she was being bullied, but also be even a bigger man and say, I apologize for letting my actions spoil the moment that this was. I'm not apologizing for standing up for my wife. I'm apologizing for this being such a big circus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also taking the responsibility and saying, okay, I understand that this was uncalled for in these people's home, right? Because that's like us going to somebody else's house and causing havoc in it. We gotta,
Exactly.
we gonna be asked to leave or not even be invited back. He realized, yo, I made a mistake. I acted out in your home. I'm apologizing for that. But to the world, don't you dare disrespect my wife in front of me again. Regardless of how we want to accept it or explain it or whatever truths we want to feel about it, that's that man's wife. That's the mother of his children. That's the woman who shares his last name. And how many times do we hear women saying, oh, you never stand up for us. You don't never take our side. You do for everybody else. You don't never do for me. That energy needs to be the same energy each and every time. But also, she now has a responsibility to protect her husband. And that's where the problem comes in at for me. Because not once have we heard a clip, a side note, a clear of the throat of her saying, hey, I felt disrespected by Chris and my husband took care of it. Or I understand my husband's actions may have been a little far left, but I stand with my husband. Not once has she said that. She's been on countless of interviews about the entanglement situation. She's been on countless of interviews saying how she loved Tupac. She's been on countless of interviews saying how Will has never satisfied her sexually. And this last week, have we heard anything from Jada other than a smirk or a smile from her sitting in the front row of that audience? So women, you have a responsibility to your man the same way as we have a responsibility to y'all to protect us as well. And she failed to do that. What I see Jada as, I see her as what we call T, a shit starter. Right? She takes no responsibility for the very thing that he took responsibility of, and that was the Smith home. She has went out there in the public and she has made fun of this man. She has went on in the public and has not covered this man for any of the things that has went on in their relationship. So what? They have an open relationship. That's something that they decided to do in their own home. The moment they got out is the moment she needs to speak up and say something about it. The moment that she decided to say he wasn't a real lover or she didn't feel loved by him, that's the moment she keeps her fucking mouth shut and she talks to him about it in their home. So she has a responsibility. The moment she's seeing that man get up there and attempt to walk to the stage, knowing if it was real, fake, or not, she's supposed to step in front and say, honey, now's not the time. We can handle it at the place.
I agree.
Right? As a
I
man, I
agree.
even wrote something. Like it was on my heart. I even wrote something. So yes, Tia, I got a letter. Right? Like you said last week, I wrote a poem. I got a letter. As a man, I Jada turned the switch on Will the other night.
Hold on before you
I'm going in. Say I can't.
I just want to say that, me and Nell and our whole crew, we lost a friend, from this kind of thing. We lost a friend from this kind of thing, from him protecting his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So we lost a friend from this kind of thing. And in this manner, some of these things can be avoided if the woman doesn't place her man in these positions. And that part is not being, discussed enough. But you can go ahead now with the poem.
Damn, dog. That part right there, right?
Right.
I try to like get that out my mental, right? Because as you said, we lost a good friend. And this person is my best friend.
Right.
Lou, who we talk about on the show. He lost his life because his wife couldn't mind her business.
Right.
The reason why he's dead is because she was minding her business and put their family in harm's way. And this right here gives me that same kind of feel, right? It's like, ladies, we will stand for you until the day is long, but you got to stand for us as well. But as I said, I wrote something, and I wrote this. As a man, I feel Jada turned the switch on Will last night. As you see, Will is laughing and bright. The moment is for him, right? And her face is just pure annoyance. I do understand she lost her hair due to a condition and as a sensitive topic for all women. However, once the cameras was off of them, I feel she scorned Will for laughing and may have insulted him. She already has this man in a sensitive space because of her entanglement and saying how she is unsatisfied sexually by him. To me, it seems Will felt like he had to stand up for Jada so that he can be seen as valuable and doesn't look weak in her eyes. Sadly, on the contrary, he looked even weaker and even more broken. Her face after the slap was an enjoyment at the cost of her husband's determined, quote-unquote, wild behavior. And now he will be a meme all over again and also won't be respected in his own field. I'm losing all respect for Jada, especially as a man who supposedly is supposed to, as a woman, you are supposed to help your man elevate and stay positive through all courses of actions. And she seems to be bringing him down. Right? Miss Smith, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, I think you should be the one who takes a look in the mirror and has to ask these tough questions, because if you don't, you're only going to cause more dysfunction in your home and more dysfunction in your family.
I can't say you're wrong there when you put it that way. I really cannot say you're wrong because I have not seen her come forward. And I don't know if she's had another segment of
And
Red
she's not doing
Table,
it anymore. She's not
because
doing
even if no one has came to her, she has her own platform that I agree with you 100%. She should have gotten up there the next day in defense of her husband.
I mean, we all don't know what's going on behind all these closed doors, but it's getting out of control.
It's good.
It's really getting out of control. They need to put a head on it and just chill, because it's really getting out of control.
Hey, you see me switch my hat, right? You see what I'm rocking. This is for Chris Rock's brother. I'm from Philly, bro, and I'm rocking for Will. So Chris Rock's brother, you came with a little bit of energy the other night. You don't really want to see nobody out here for it.
I'm not mad at Chris Rock's brother, though. He's standing up for his brother, man.
Bro.
That's what he's supposed to do, man.
But at the end of the day, I get it. But when your brother gonna stand up for himself?
True.
Right?
But that's not that's not his character. They're saying, Chris is the one that was bullied, practically his whole, childhood.
But we know. See, this is the thing with society. we scream this I'm bully shit, but you gotta realize the moment something come out your mouth crazy, you gotta stand on that.
Right.
So yeah, he got smacked and he didn't do anything, so it made him look like the good guy, but he still said something that was to somebody that they didn't like. How
I still don't
Chris
believe
Rock never got that energy for the white woman.
Look, I still don't believe it was a real smack though, but I'm not.
I'm so sick of we going on platforms as comedians, as influencers, as whatever, and degrading our black person.
Right.
Chris Rock said before he got to Will and Jada, oh, Penelope Cruz, your husband's going to be mad at you, or your wife is going to be mad because if you don't win this Oscar and she don't win, then she's going to be mad if you win. Now he jumps to Will. If Will wins, Jada Pinkett or she G.I. Jane. Like, why we gotta keep disrespecting our black women in public? Like, you a black man, bro. Why you gotta always throw the shade to us? The energy don't never be the same on the stages when it comes to black versus white when we under that light. We gotta stop playing with our own self and value our own self and stand up for our own self. I take that as him standing up for his wife, his black wife. Regardless if she looked at him mad, she said, smack the shit out of him, whatever. We got to do something to the point where we got to stop being a butt of all jokes. He said this before about this woman in 2016. He said things, he always says things, and his energy don't always be the same. I'm not for that.
Yeah, I noticed that. Do y'all think that? Okay, look, I'm the shit starter tonight. I noticed that he always pick on Jada. Was there something ever between those two, or maybe he wanted something to be
Do you
between
know that?
them?
Hold on, you said you notice who always picks on Jada? Chris Rock?
Uh huh.
I think everybody
This
should be
is not
picking
the first time.
on. I think everybody should be picking on Jada. I think she puts that bullshit out there for people to pick on her for. So I think that everybody should, pick on Jada. But
Well, everybody should, but Chris did.
right,
So that's what making me think maybe he wanted her, or maybe they. I mean,
probably.
I, I'm not starting rumors, everybody. By the way, Suck His Flower, thank you for joining me. That's a young lady that I met on set, y'all. She promised that she was going to tune in tonight to us. So, welcome and thank you. Please spread with your friends. But I mean, I'm just saying, don't y'all find it a little bit odd that he continued to pick on her?
Can I ask the ladies a question real quick? I don't find it odd, Katie, because she's just an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask the ladies real quick. Do y'all think that Will was protecting his wife, or that Will was standing up for himself?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Great question.
Yeah, that was a really good question. I think it was a little bit of both because, as I stated earlier, I think there's so much negative energy has accumulated in Will, and that he just kind of toppled over, and then he felt it necessary to stand up for her. Like, I read his book. He stated, I used to think of myself as a coward. Like, it's just so many different things about Will that, he always seems like he has to be strong. And I think this was just one of his weak human moments. And I think it was to stand up for her, but to also stand up for himself. Like, y'all not just going to keep fucking with me. Y'all not going to keep fucking with me. Y'all not going to keep fucking with you. Like, I just think he just got to the point where he just exploded and couldn't take it anymore.
What do you think, K-Day?
Well, we have to keep in mind one thing Will said, and it makes sense. He's still in character. He had to play that character, King Richard, for months. When you are playing one of those characters, and you know yourself as a writer, when we write in character, you become that character because you have to get into that role. And I think it was funny to him, but when he glanced over and saw the hurt in his wife's eyes, because it's like Nell say, at the end of the day, that's still his wife, regardless of what is going on. That's still his wife, still the mother of his children. So when he looked over and he saw that his wife was hurt, yeah, a piece of him did hurt. And I think he reacted partly out of still being into, King Richard character, because the King Richard character was a man that protected his family at all costs, and they have a temper. So, I mean, it's just one of them things where I think he's just still into character, and that mixed with seeing the hurt on his wife's face, regardless of what we see, he still loved that woman. He didn't
Well,
want to see her hurt.
I got a question for the ladies too. When is she gonna start getting in character? The character of being his wife. When is she gonna get
Well,
in
that's
character?
something nobody can answer, Neil. That's on her.
Um, they have a different definition of what his wife means to her. So I guess that's however they break that down behind the scenes. But I just want people to be mindful of these kind of situations because like I said, it can go wrong. It can go real wrong. And some of it's just not, it's not worth it. So be mindful when you're in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
It can really go wrong.
Yeah, be mindful when you keep poking at the bear and keep demeaning your significant other and keep always wanting to get your point across, right? How many times do we see when we dealing with somebody, they always want to get their point across and they always got to find a way to lessen you as a person because they feel like that's the way to get their point across, right? How many times? That's a form of abuse. Right? Like you always want
It's
to.
toxic. That's toxic behavior.
It's toxic, even if you send a
Hmm.
message to the person and you always gotta. You ain't do this right. You don't do that right. You don't. That shit is corny. If that's the way, if you got that heat on your chest, then you need to self-examine yourself to say, yo, then if I gotta say all this, then why am I here? And if I'm still here, then why I gotta continue this to be this way? There's always a way of finding a solution to everything. You ain't gotta be the big man on campus and always shoot your shit. You know what I mean? There's other ways of handling a problem. And stop trying to fight fire with fire because what happens is other person explodes. And the explosion is bigger than the issue.
I guess
All
that's
right,
what Will did, exploded.
ladies, do y'all have
It
any last
happened.
do y'all have any last words before we move on to our next topic? Because I need to explain to y'all what's happening.
My only last word is Jada, girl, if you get this, you need to be speaking up for your man. You really do. As a woman, I'm saying this. You need to get out there and stand up for your man because right now over half of the world is against him and he needs you.
Katie,
Jada, you need to start loving your man. Fuck saying
that's what
man
I'm
up.
about to
Jada,
say. Like y'all seeing
start
this.
loving him.
Hold on, now y'all seeing this? Like, is that really her man though? Like,
It's her husband. Yes, it's her man. I mean, it's her husband.
KD, that might be her husband in name. That don't mean that that's her husband. That may be her husband.
Yeah, I'm sorry, T. I don't agree. That's her husband. I mean, when when I was still married, he was my husband in name only for years, absolute years. But I
But
still respected him as a
but what
husband.
Tia is saying is, do she move like that's her
Right,
husband? She's
right.
not moving
I
like
mean,
that's
I don't know now. I don't
that's the
know about all that.
that they share a house with and got kids with at this moment. Because a wife, a woman, a significant other ain't doing that.
Right.
Well, see, I don't know about all that. I mean, I know she had little Al, and we know Will do his too. So, I
Look,
mean, I'm not gonna get into
no,
Yeah, but all right,
no,
that
no.
fast.
ain't
Hold on
that
now.
don't
Hold
do
on
that.
now. Here go KD. Yeah, here go KD. Little Owl. Come on, KD.
Yeah,
Why he
don't
gotta
do that.
be Little Owl?
But
Come
but
on,
but
KD.
regardless, don't
I
say
ain't getting no folks to fast like that. Now we ain't gonna do all of that.
but don't do the well, Will do this too. Will don't go out there disrespecting his wife's name in public. He don't say she never satisfied him sexually. He don't do that. He never said his first wife or a woman that he dealt with before was better than he was. He don't do that. So regardless of if Will out there because they whatever marriage arrangement they got, the respect that he has for her is never disrespected in the public by his mouth. Hers is.
And I do agree with you now, but this is my point right here. She's done all of that to him, but he's still there. Who do you think is really the blame there?
In
I mean,
sickness
he's still
and
there
health,
taking it.
and sickness and in health till death do us part. So I can take my vow serious, but you can't.
Not. It's not only that. It's what I'm I know y'all is that they're married by name. Like it's not like a relationship marriage. They're married by name. It's not
So
that.
they
Well,
kind
I guess you're right.
of morphed into that, like after marriage and opening up the marriage, they kind of morphed into more like a partnership business
Right.
I can
arrangement
see
type
that.
thing versus
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
just like a yeah.
I can see that arranged marriage. I can see that. But why did he
And it doesn't
defend her
take
like that?
away the love. It doesn't take away the love. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
obviously they care and love. They got children, they got businesses, they got marital ties, you know, things of that nature. But
Well,
it
then I
just
have to.
doesn't seem.
I got to jump on board with Nell on that. Where's her love then?
Hmm.
There-
Where's
there's a difference.
respect? Like, just
There's a
be
difference
respectful.
between. There's a difference between love and love. You know, y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
if she's not in love with him, she probably don't give a fuck about standing up for him. Like,
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
And
Makes
some
sense.
people like to be in a marriage like that. I couldn't do it. That's why I
But the
jumped ship.
but the comeback is going to be great. So my man Will, I am here for the comeback, brother. I am here for everything that you got going on now and in the future. We stand with you. I will not abandon you because that's not what God does. God doesn't abandon us when we make mistakes. So who am I to cast any judgment over this man in this situation? Only thing I can do is be there and support as we have been all the time. Who are we to continue to persecute somebody when we are imperfect as well? Right?
Right.
Like I put a post out there the other day. McDonald's can screw our order up 1,000 times and we'll still go back. But the moment one of God's children does it, we're so quick to write them off.
Right.
Nah, that ain't real.
All right, now we got to move on to the next topic. I need to tell y'all what happened at this daycare, right? So I ride past this daycare all the time, right? It's like I see it in the hood. It's like it's like a clean, a regular daycare. So I think it was yesterday or the day before. It was either three girls or two guys and a girl. They went inside this daycare and they robbed this daycare with the kids inside. And the girl sprayed pepper spray, where the kids were sitting at. So they pepper sprayed the kids. And this is, basically all over an iPad. So I don't know if this girl was, a former employee there or one of her kids was a student there or however it happened. I don't know exactly all the details, but they robbed this daycare, and which is daycares make money, but it's not cash on hand. So you're not going to go into a daycare and stick them up for cash because it's like they do like stipends and all kinds of shit. It's not really cash in hand like when you go in daycare. So it obviously was personal that this happened. So what are y'all thoughts on, what happened at this daycare and how do y'all think, what should happen now going forward?
I say pray for my
Hmm.
city because this happened in our city here in Philly. It's ridiculous and it's happening all over the world all over the country as we're seeing it, just senseless acts of violence. It's ridiculous. One, we're putting children in harm's way, right?
Right.
T, you know this. Aisha, you know this. Being in the hood, there was always this. There was always street rules that women and children were safe. Daytime, people were safe. At night, what goes on at night is what goes on at night. But typically, women and children always were safe,
I
right?
mean,
And
regardless of that unwritten rule now, who are your friends that's co-signing this and
but I'm
going with you?
that's where I'm getting to.
Right.
This world has changed so much that how do you go into a daycare and coerce have other people with you
Right.
and putting children in harm's way for an iPad and a couple of $100 from somebody else's taxes, right? Because that was somebody had tax money that they just cashed and they was up in there too. Like how do you do something like that for that? Crazy. What
What
you
your
think,
thoughts?
KP?
Where does the iPad come to play at? Did they rob the place for an iPad?
I don't know if it was the person, the person who was robbing the place, if they left that iPad there or whatever, but they were saying, when I was reading about it, they were saying that this is basically all over an iPad. So it could have been her iPad. She wanted the iPad. I don't know, but it all started because of the iPad is what I seen.
Okay, I have to okay, they couldn't have been smart at all because I'm like you. Anybody know daycare do not keep cash on them. What you gonna rob them for the damn lunch that they have? I mean, really? And pepper spray the babies? They should be punished to the limit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look,
whoever did it, they should be punished.
Angela
I mean, wow,
Angela
that's
mentioned
awful.
how they got to work. Most of these daycares, like when you walk in, the kids are right there at the front. Like the kids be like right there, close to the door or whatever. A lot of these daycares, the kids are right there, accessible to it. So if somebody walks in, the kids will be right there. So what's your thought?
Right, but they put those kids in harm danger. I mean, you knew kids were there before you went in that pepper spray.
Right.
I think every parent that have a child there should be able to press charges.
What's your thoughts, Aisha?
I see this more times than not, yo, that people are committing crimes where the take what you get from it is not worth what you're exposing yourself to on a criminal level. Like you're talking how y'all busting down $200 and an iPad. Like if you're on camera or witness statements or whatever the case may be, like what if one of the kids had got hurt, permanent damage, like the charges that'll come from that. Like your take is not, there's no ethical mind frame here for what these crimes that these people are doing now. I'm just so lost. Like how you busting down this and you like how you busting down your take basically is what I'm saying, and you're going to harm children and get all these extra charges possibly if you get caught. It's I don't understand it. It's like somebody murdering somebody and you walk away with $20. What is the purpose of that? And like Nell said, we come up in an era where okay, if it was some stick up kids and they was robbing you on the street, you had to take off your earrings and put them in your pocket before you got on the L or whatever the case may be. Women and children were off limits. Right now, they just doing whatever, and it's scary. It's scary because that means they don't give a fuck about nobody.
Right.
Nobody.
That's why I said it had to be a personal thing. And Angelia was saying, some daycares do have a security door where you have to get buzzed in, but a lot of them still don't have that either. Though.
They got this.
Really?
I was watching the news on Friday, and I was watching the news, and they got these group of teenage girls now, which back in the day we heard a couple years ago we heard of flash mob, right? Flash mob is a group of kids going around, quote unquote, catch and wreck. If you don't know what catch and wreck is jumping on people, rolling on people, beating people up for no reason, right? Now they got this group of girls ranging from ages 14 all the way up to 20 years old, going in and around the city of Philadelphia, beating young girls up for no reason.
Right.
Young lady posted something on her Facebook page, and I'm in front of hers. Her 14-year-old daughter was waiting on the bus to come home, and they jumped her for no apparent reason. The young lady don't know them, had never had no beef with them. They go around just beating people up. These are things that is happening
right
across the United States or wherever unnecessarily. We got to take back our homes first before we can take back our streets, because who knows if that's our kid running out there being with the in crowd just because it's look good and it's fun or it's the thing to do, right? We got to talk to our kids and be in our kids' business to see what type of activities or people that they're hanging around, one, to get themselves killed, harmed, or even my house shot up.
Right.
Because somebody's retaliating from what they done to somebody else's kid or to somebody else. It's a whole different level of craziness out here, right? Whole nother level of craziness, and it stems back to home. Us not taking care of home, us wanting to be best friends with our kids, us not being disciplinarians, us just turning a blind eye to what's going on in our homes and or whatever, just for the sake of not creating controversy between us and our kids, right? And I know it's easier said when you don't have a child, right? Because people will say, well, no, you don't have kids, so you kind of not know. But at the end of the day, we got to band together as a community, and we got to love on each other, teach each other, and also support each other and discipline each other. Because if not, we have a society full of crazy shit like this.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Nell, and it doesn't take having a
All right,
kid to
people.
even know that. But my thing, I'm still stuck. Do you have daycares out there that actually don't have the security on there still?
KD, KD, no, KD. There's daycares that you can
Oh my
just.
God.
There's daycares that don't even have the front door locked. You could just walk right in them. Like,
Yeah.
And
I've seen.
parents still use them?
Yes, people do what
But
they have
look,
to do.
what
Everybody can't afford. Everybody can't afford it. Some people's paying out of pocket. They can't afford all that. They can't afford to pay those prices. So they
I
go
mean,
to.
I can tell, okay, yeah, if it's a private daycare or someone's running out of their home, then yeah, I can see that sort of, kind of.
No, Katie,
But I mean, that
I'm
should be
talking.
mandatory.
I'm talking about regular businesses, not in-home daycare. I'm talking about a regular like corner store business that's turned
I
into a
mean,
daycare.
yeah, like them, I can understand that. But any daycare where kids are, I mean, every school that I know of, every daycare, even in my little small hometown, they have to where you cannot just walk in there.
Nah,
yeah,
You
nah,
have
but
to be
look,
buzzed in.
say you
nah,
can't just walk in. Let's say you have to be buzzed in. If I got beef with you, you could buzz me in and I could still swing on you right then.
Yeah, but you
That
got
buzz ain't gonna
when
stop.
you're buzzed in, you got to tell who you're there for and all of that. I mean,
I get it.
even my little small town take precautions like that now.
But when you live in a city of a million plus,
right,
it don't
right.
be like
Don't
small
work
town
like that.
USA.
Right.
Wow.
You got the people that
Wow. I'm blown away. I'm
You live,
blown.
you live in a real hood,
here,
Katie. You live in a real
right.
hood.
Okay, I agree. You do. I agree. But
So,
on a side note, parents, I just would not use a daycare that did not have tight
all
security.
right, KD. So you're a single parent, right? And you work crazy hours, and this is you don't have family to help you. This is the only daycare that you can afford. This is the only daycare that'll take your kid at this certain time, because some of these daycares have wait lists, this and that. Like, there's a lot of things that go into this. So what are you going to do in that instance? Like, you got to do what you got to do. You can't be like, nah. You can't just be like,
Yeah,
nah.
well, when you put it like that, you got a point. When you put it like that, I mean, yeah, as a single parent, yeah, you're gonna do what you have to do.
or
Yeah, I
or
mean,
in the summertime, you got daycares who take these kids out in the summertime and go to the parks, right? They be in orderly lines, they be posting them in the strollers. I've seen it, right? They be in lines. What
hmm
happens if somebody run up on you while you're walking the kids to the park? You can't stop that from no buzzer. People going to get you how they want to get. That's why I said y'all got to be cognizant of your surroundings, because people, if they going to get you, they going to get you. It ain't no buzzer going to
well,
stop somebody from getting in when they want it.
Right.
well, that's true, but I still say, being a school, all schools and daycare should not allow just anyone to walk in.
That's just
I
that's just
guess I'm living in a fairy tale land or something.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
but
that's an unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, this
Look,
ain't.
Yeah.
Viola wants to know if they got caught, or I don't know if anybody has got caught, or
Yeah,
I
one
just.
girl got court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was later arrested in court. So they got video of her being taken into custody.
Yeah, I think this is a personal thing, so I don't think
Yeah.
it would take them long to find out everybody that was in.
mm,
Mhm. Right.
It was probably just a emotional at the time thing where somebody just snapped out and did some dumb shit, and now it fucked up for everybody.
Or the child could have
Mhm.
went to school with the iPad from home, and the teacher
Right,
confiscated and said, "I'm
right,
not giving it back." And the mom went up there. You
Right.
know how these kids, these young people are. They go up there with just brazen,
right,
no thinking first to say, "Well, let me see what
right.
the situation was," and went up there wilding. And you know how that be. You got people that's like, "Yo, I'm on site with it."
Right.
People really be on site. That's why y'all gotta watch what y'all be saying.
Mhm.
Be careful. That's all we can say, people. Is be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Why put your
And
children?
KD's neighborhood, y'all don't have these problems.
Yeah, Y'all don't have these
Okay,
problems.
now I didn't say all of that, y'all. I didn't say all of that. That's in my small talk. I didn't say all of that. We do have some heat.
Just
I
be
mean,
careful.
we do have heat.
Watch where you put your kids.
Right.
Watch. Make sure you know who's watching them. Do some research. Do a little bit of research here and there. That's all.
Exactly.
I know time is of the essence, but sometimes we gotta do some research. But is everybody ready to move on to the fuck shit?
Let's do that.
That's what I'm doing now. Now, where are you?
Ain't no telling what they're gonna come back around
Oh,
with. Y'all know how he is.
he about to
Uh-oh.
do
Just
something.
brace
Yo, where are
yourself,
you?
audience.
All right. So this is KD brought this to our attention, and I gave it this title so everybody can know what's going on. So the question is, why don't females wear condoms, and whose responsibility is it to bring the condom, have condoms? Why is that put on the male? Why don't females wear female condoms? Why don't females wear condoms? Let's go, ladies. What's up? What we doing? What's up? Who want to go first? What's up, ladies?
Thank you, Mom.
Okay. Well, I did my research on it a little bit. I did my research, and ladies, I found out that um, you do have to have training. They say for it. So it's not
Hold
as
on,
easy as I
hold on,
thought it was.
hold on, KD. So you telling me that y'all got to go to training and learn how to put in the
Well,
Yeah.
not that. I mean, they have tutorials for it. They have tutorials.
no, not the male condom. I'm talking the female condom. You telling me that y'all got to go through training to learn how to put this condom in?
Well, it's only because T that's if they are not used to doing it. Okay, that's a little ring in it, and that ring has to go inside the vagina. Now, ladies, this is what I found out. Um, Using a condom not only keeps you safe from STIs or unwanted pregnancies, it also aids in extra arousal, extra fun, they say, because you can have your mate to put it in, insert it inside for you. And of course, along with that comes foreplay. So,
KD,
so I mean,
hold
yes.
hold on, KD. So you telling me you just learned this? On fucking phone.
I
You
learned this in
telling me
fourth
I
grade.
did. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just learned it, y'all.
you
Look, okay, I was married for
just
years. I had no use for it. Okay, I mean, I just became single a little over a year ago. I had no use for it, so no, I didn't know about it. But
all right.
also, I am
So I need to
I'm
ask y'all.
learning about it.
I need to ask y'all: have either one of y'all ever had a female condom and tried it? And do y'all carry regular condoms? What's up?
I've tried it before when I was younger. It's the worst. Like it's the worst. And I can see why a lot of women don't like it. It's big. First of all, the vagina is a very sensitive place. You know what I mean? And so sticking a foreign object up in there outside of a penis, or it's unnatural. It's unnatural feeling, even tampons and things of that nature. So a big condom, um, if not inserted properly, it could get lost in there. It could be painful. It could cause irritation. A lot of different things. The cons of it. I mean, there's a lot of pros. Of course, you don't get your STDs and things of that nature, but I didn't like it personally. It caused too much irritation and things. Nah. And so yeah, that's when you have to carry the male condoms around, because therefore you have to be safe always. So
Okay, so do y'all
yeah.
both keep the regular condoms at home?
Hell no, they don't.
What the fuck?
Hell no, they don't.
Well,
I
now back up. Now I did for whatever reason. I held on to some for quite a while that I had, but I found them. I found some in my son's room, and I I decided to hold on to them. I don't know why, but I did. But I found out that they do dry rot.
Right.
They say so. I threw them away.
All right, so since neither one of y'all is keeping condoms, just in case of break the glass emergencies, neither one of y'all keeping condoms. So y'all saying it's the man's responsibility to have the condom. That's what y'all saying right now.
Well, yeah, you don't have it, I think it is. But I mean, now that I know about it, I'm gonna practice. I mean, I'm gonna practice, plain and simple.
You
I
know,
mean, but now that ring do bother me, Aisha. Can you get the ring? That ring do bother me. I got
even
to
if
play with that.
Well, that's what holds it into place. So that's a part that can't be separated. It can't be taken apart from it. So that's what kind of makes the whole contraption just a little weird.
Hmm.
see, even if you're not
But and
comfortable with
oh,
it,
I'm sorry, now. And the ring part up there also served as a little tinkling sensation for the clip. So how long ago was it that you had it?
Me?
Hmm.
You talk about, oh yeah, when I was like 17, 18, like a long time
Okay,
ago.
so maybe
And
it's
I
more
tried it
fun
once and I
now.
didn't.
Look, out
Maybe.
of all things, KD likes that. It tickles the clitoris. Out of all things, KD likes
I'm just saying that add more fun to it.
but isn't it
Okay, Nell, I'm sorry.
isn't the condom, the female condom or the male condom or any condom supposed to be a protective, preventative device, like contraceptive
right,
that we're using to protect ourselves. So
Yeah.
even if you say, I've never been one to carry condoms because it was the other person's responsibility or the male's responsibility. Isn't it a responsibility to ourselves to protect our own body? We
right.
can't leave
Hmm.
if we leave that if we leave that up to someone else. We're leaving ourselves open to anything.
Right.
You're right.
Even going back to last
You're
week's topic
absolutely
of
right.
the male birth control, right? Y'all said, oh, it's about time that they put it on the man. When are we going to ever take responsibility and say it's my responsibility to protect myself, not for somebody else to protect me? So what's wrong with
That's why I
having
made that post today, Nell. You're
what's
right.
wrong
That's why I say,
with
women, it's time for us to take
what's
responsibility
wrong
for
with
our
going to
own
the
safety.
store? What's wrong
Okay,
with women going to the store? If y'all want to be sexually active, y'all want to have y'all fun, y'all want to do y'all thing. What's wrong with going to the store and buying a box of condoms that's going to fit your liking to what you want to have down there? You can't.
That's
You can
right.
find.
But this is why, Nell, because we don't know what size y'all wear.
That's what
We
I was
don't know
about
what
to
size.
say.
But this is the
We,
thing.
Yeah.
you're
Then
supposed to
what
have
you
a
should do?
variety. You're
You
supposed
don't
to have
have
a
to.
variety, ladies. What's happening? You're supposed to have a
we
variety.
got a
Yes, that's
variety
what I'm saying.
box.
Hold on.
Well, okay.
Hold
You
on.
right about that.
Y'all can go every week and get your nails done and not know what color y'all gonna get when y'all nails until y'all sit in a chair. Get different packs. Get a large size, a normal size, or whatever. Get multiple condoms so the person that you're sleeping with, you can give them the right size. That way you know you're protected, right? Then you can't say, well, how do I know this person is putting it on? Put that shit on for them.
Mhm.
Act like you going down on them. Act like you
Yeah,
going down on them. Give them head and put the
that's
Look
condom
at, look
on
at,
for them,
that's
and
the best
then get
idea.
on top. You
That's
might
the
not
best
be a
idea.
headologist. It might be a trick.
That's
You might be a hand doctor. Get your
that's the
notepad out, please.
idea.
Take notes.
He's taking notes.
Wanna be size, right? One of each
look,
size.
The gold, the
we got,
condoms, the
No,
extra.
hold on now. She said one, not one, KD. You need multiples in each side. Who's
Multiple
only
box.
using
Mo-
one condom?
Hell, I ain't look now. I'm not no slut. I ain't about to
No,
be out there
KD.
serving it up.
See, y'all so
That's not what I'm
y'all
saying,
so worried
KD.
about what somebody gonna say to y'all or
Hold
look
on,
at y'all in the
hold
CVS or
on
at
now.
Walmart. But goddamn, how you feeling 3 days from now? You wake up and you got a gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, or whatever, or
Hold
you
on
got an
now.
unwanted
Hold on.
pregnancy.
No, hold on, KD. I'm not saying one for multiple persons. I'm saying you need more than one for that one person.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I'm
Oh well,
saying.
I mean, look. Once I get back out there, trust me. That's why I'm taking notes. I was really taking notes. I'm in the market. Hey, I'm gonna try the female. I'm gonna have a male. That's why I was taking notes from y'all about um getting
All right,
some in each size.
all right.
It's a responsibility
Let me
for
ask
us all.
everybody a question. Let me ask everybody a question. Have you ever been in a position where you wanted to have sex and then you didn't have sex because there was no condom?
Nah, I wasn't.
Oh shit, y'all going crazy out here, huh?
I wasn't.
Look at Katie's face. She don't even know what's going on right now.
I mean,
No,
Really,
it's
like,
always
you
been,
know,
it's
Have you
always
ever
been
been in a
something around.
position where
Katie,
you was about to hook up, he ain't have a condom, you didn't have a condom, and it didn't go down because you ain't wanted to go there without protection?
has it ever happened before? Yes. Have I
How
been
did
in
you
that position?
feel? You didn't like it, right?
No.
So if you had these in your little drawer, you will never have to experience the rejection of damn, we don't have nothing.
look, Janine,
Duly noted.
We
I'm
going
not
to
getting
the
up and going to
store.
the store, man.
Duly
I'm not,
noted.
I'm not getting up and going to the store.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, that could be down. I ain't gonna say I ain't getting them going to the store. I ain't gonna say that.
Nah,
Shit.
nah.
If I want to that
No,
bad, I'm getting up.
I'm saying I'm out, or are we just gonna let it ride?
Oh,
I'm not going to the store, man.
Like y'all gotta have them in your car, have them in your house, have them. There's nothing wrong with it. You know why? Because it ultimately protects you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
I
ashamed.
agree.
I'm not ashamed to go to the store and buy pads. Women should not be ashamed to go to the store and buy condoms.
No,
Oh, I'm not ashamed.
no,
Not
let's
I'm
say,
not ashamed.
no, let's say it also protects you from being a single mother. It also,
Exactly.
It does. It does. It protects you from a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah.
y'all say, like y'all
Hmm.
be so spiritual on here sometimes. I be saying y'all saying spirits be passed through cum.
Hmm.
It's protecting you from getting extra spirits in your backyard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
all right. I
Protect
also,
yourself,
Yep.
ladies. Like if you
Better block them
don't
demons.
have a condom, because the female condoms are stupid. They crazy looking. They don't feel good. They weird. Even for the man, they're weird.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Go get a man condom and
No,
put it on.
no. We also have to say that some females are allergic to condoms. Have you ever heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Latex
Mm-hmm.
issues.
This is a real thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Some women are allergic to condoms, so you have to be mindful of
Yeah,
that.
but you can get a hyperallergenic kind. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's ways
Or
around
use the
that.
male
They
condoms.
even
Right.
got tongue condoms now.
Katie,
So
you won't even go to the store and get a regular condom. Now you go get a hypergenic condom.
Yeah, you want to take every precaution.
Yeah, but where are you finding
Yeah,
that? Where are you finding that at? That's what I want to know. Where is that condom at? Y'all tell me where that condom is at.
it's
They're in the
where
regular store.
Walmart. Walmart. They got a whole selection of them. Bare
That's
skin, no
that's not
skin, whatever.
you ain't
Katie, I
been to
promise
Walmart.
you that's not in Walmart.
Yes, it is.
Walmart.
I promise you it is.
You ain't
I
been to
promise you
Walmart
it's not in
lately.
Walmart.
I promise you it is.
Maybe down south.
It,
Maybe
it
down.
is around here.
That's
Yeah,
what
these
I'm
Walmarts
saying.
ain't. These
It
Walmarts
is
got
Walmart.
here,
Right.
and it be the
Yeah.
purple box that
Hey,
nobody.
Yeah.
Georgia is on it. That's all I'm saying. Y'all call us dumb, but we ain't that dumb. We got some.
Yeah. We ain't doing
Georgia.
that.
But yeah, ladies, protect yourself. Protect your
Mm-hmm.
boxes. Keep your boxes fresh and clean and tidy with a condom. Keep yourself together. And if you and your mate don't need a condom, then y'all move to that point where y'all don't need one. But don't ever go out here expecting somebody else to take care of your body the way that you should take care of your body.
All right. Once
Get,
again,
I agree.
and
once,
they got the new
That's true.
tongue condoms out here too. If y'all lick them boxes or anything, they got the tongue condoms out here now, so y'all can protect your
Oh yeah,
tongue.
once again,
I've
everybody,
heard about those.
it's
Yeah.
not only the man's responsibility to
Right.
have condoms. Women, y'all can carry condoms. That's what y'all got them little bags for. I keep telling y'all. That's
Okay, you keep stuff in them bags, T. We gonna have to make it a big black bag.
no, it is the
You
little
talking
bag.
about sex
Got them little teeny
toys and
ones.
everything in there.
Uh-huh.
Yo, you know what too? You gotta be careful of. I seen this too. Them roses that y'all using and them toys that y'all using, y'all not clean them after y'all going fishing. Y'all gotta clean
Oh,
your
yeah.
toys after y'all fish because
Mm-hmm.
even
Bacteria.
nasty shit that came. I mean, stuff that came out of your body on these toys and y'all spreading extra germs and they sitting and they infesting from the air. Raw honey, let them know. Gotta
Yeah,
keep
y'all.
the toys properly.
I hope everybody knows that it's you really do have to stay on top of maintenance with your toys, especially if you're using it direct skin contact. I know some people that'll say they don't put their vibrators directly on their skin. They'll put like a sheet or something, or maybe they'll do it over top of their clothes or something, just because they don't want it to touch their skin for whatever reason, maybe OCD purposes or what have you. But if you're doing it directly, your bodily fluids are going to get on your toy. So therefore, you should be cleaning it after every use, drying it, making sure it's sanitary, putting it away in a little pack, or even if it doesn't come in a pack, you can get little bag cloth bags or something from like Amazon to store and keep your toys cool and clean.
All right, I got a
Yeah,
question.
because ladies, it will cause bacteria infection. It will cause
Mhm,
all kinds of infections. So yeah, you do
mhm,
want to clean
mhm.
it.
Be
I got
Yep.
prepped.
a question. I got a question. Now, for us, we know that it feels better without the condom, right? So,
Mhm.
ladies, do y'all feel a difference without the condom?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Can I get some explanation? I mean, what's happening?
It's the skin on skin, like you have that rubber, and sometimes you just don't have the same intimate feel as if you don't have it on. Obviously you're going to use it if this is not somebody that you're connected to, but if we're speaking in marriages and things of that nature, of course obviously it's no condoms going on, but they just create a barrier that you're just not feeling it, not fully.
And have you noticed the the length, the amount of stamina difference with the condom and without a condom?
Man,
Mm-mm.
No.
I didn't.
Hey,
I
look at
didn't.
I
no.
didn't.
No.
But I mean, also again, I'm normally in, like, I've been married for so long. It's been forever since I've had to really engage in condom sex. So I don't know. I could never tell the difference. You're
Hell
saying
yeah.
that
I'm
you're
gonna let
saying
you
that they
understand.
last
Hey,
longer with
now,
the condoms on?
what? Hey, now, listen. Let me let you know. If we're having if we doing with condoms, you better be prepared to go all night.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
go
never
in.
coming.
That's a go
That
in.
rubber
With a
is bad.
condom will make you have you lasting longer than just flesh on flesh.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, that
because
ain't a
you're not
lot.
right, because you're not
Okay.
feeling the
Right.
vagina
Yeah, we
fully.
Right.
yeah. The nerves ain't rubbing up against the it's a different feel. A
Okay.
condom will make if you want your man to last longer, put a condom on.
Right.
Put a condom on. Like if you ever in a mix when you in your situation
Why
in the
is
mix
that though?
because it's not skin.
Hmm.
There's no friction. The friction ain't there from the two skins.
Oh, got you. Okay.
That's why
Okay.
if you ever seen a man stop and gather himself, that nigga's about to come. He like, damn, hold up, let me flip around, turn over.
Okay.
That he try to save some more pumps for whatever the case may be. Yeah,
We
that's how it go.
we gonna educate y'all tonight. That's all it is. It's a
Just
little,
think when you giving your man
little
head,
education.
you're not giving him head with a condom on, right?
Mm-mm.
You giving him head. That's how you want to give it, and he's probably pleasured sooner than he would be if he was inside of you, right?
Hmm.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, yeah, not
But
all the time.
but yeah, I do agree. I agree.
But then when you put a condom on, the condom is going to help you to last longer because it's a barrier that's between that person's skin and your skin,
That
and
makes sense.
yeah,
Mm.
I
That
think
makes sense.
it's
Y'all
also
got y'all little tricks going on.
it's also a mental thing too,
a
though.
mental thing,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's also a mental thing too.
So,
You ain't got to worry
women out
about
there
putting
who are
on.
married, go get some condoms for your husband. Make them last a little bit longer.
Oh, be married. I don't want no condoms for when I'm married, but I'm just saying though, like,
Yeah, if they want them to go longer, you just told them that they can go longer with a condom, and we get those
yo, I hate
Friday nights where we want them to
Hey,
go
look,
longer.
I hate y'all because y'all not fair. Y'all will come after 2 minutes, but then expect for us to come in like 45 minutes to an hour. Like y'all be busting.
Yeah, because we can come back to that. Y'all can't.
But how can y'all? How
Who
come?
can't? KD, hold on. Who can't? Hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah, watch your mouth. This Ranfield Street right here, baby. We don't play those type games. But how is it fair that y'all bust after like 2 minutes or after a couple pounds, and then y'all be looking
Because
at
we
us
can
crazy?
keep on busting over and over again. Y'all can't.
Hold on, no. I got this now. This is where they break down. They break down when they get on top and they supposed to be riding. They supposed to be propped up.
Yeah.
But them knees can't last that long. They can't hold up on them knees. That's where that short comes.
Yeah, get your knees.
They got like 4 to 5 strokes maybe in that position, and then the knees gonna start shaking. They gonna fall down. They ain't gonna be propped up no more.
And they always want to be in that comfortable position where their legs go back, right?
Right.
And they want to sit there like, what you doing up there?
Right.
You know what?
Y'all gotta work on your knees.
Talking about our knees.
I gotta do knee exercise and jaw exercises.
Squats, ladies, gotta help you. Do squats.
We tired of hearing the knees ain't right no more, and we tired of hearing my jaws hurt.
Do squats, ladies, gotta help you.
Yeah, the squats will help. And I had this conversation too about the women coming faster and then expecting the men to not come so quickly and to go longer. And my take on it is I necessarily don't need a long, dumb, drawn out session. Like, if you're going to come fast, but it's powerful, it's intense, and it's passionate, I'm with it. That's what I'm with. I don't need 45 minutes of you just going to town, but you're not doing nothing else. Like, how is this fun?
That has to be communicated.
Yeah, that has to be.
Yeah, for sure.
But that shit good too. Don't get it twisted like Brady. That's some good shit.
Right. Right now, but they don't know that guys don't know that they're not doing nothing because the ladies are not telling them.
Yeah, you gotta.
So they think they standing up. They think they got the stamina for all this time, but it's not really doing nothing for you, and they don't know that because y'all not telling them. Y'all gotta tell them. No, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't be upset if he comes fast. You got some good down there. Good.
Oh, I don't go for that.
There's other tricks. There's other tricks to that too, though.
What you say? She ain't got the good.
She said, "I don't go for that."
Y'all used to coochie. Y'all used to coochie. It ain't no such thing. So you know how to control yourself.
Well, as a grown up, a man should be used to coochie. As a grown up, you should be used to coochie.
Yeah, you should be.
That's right. So you know when you know where you going now. If it's that snap back, you got to say, okay, I got to pull back a little bit. You know what you're getting into when you get in there. So you know you got to just pace yourself.
Look at this one now.
Oh, I'm a rider. That's what I do best.
Okay.
All right, Miss Bars. Wow.
Say what they do.
Y'all be talking like that.
You got to work on Myra. I know that's.
Who said that, Sarah Key?
She said you got to go to work.
All right, Sarah.
All right.
All right, Miss Sarah. Y'all some hotties out there.
All right, people. Make sure y'all like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel because I have noticed that only half of our people are subscribed to the channel. So it only takes one little button under the video, or on the video, to subscribe to the channel, people. What's up? What are we doing? We need these algorithms to move in a certain way. Subscribe to the channel, people. Let's go. What's up?
Oh, wow. We got 226 comments out there, T. How many people we have in that audience?
We got 30 boy in right now.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Gross.
So are y'all ready?
Continue to spread.
Are y'all ready for ideology? Because I got a story with this. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready?
Get the t-shirts. T-shirts on sale.
Yes.
Everybody ready?
All colors.
All right. So I was having this conversation with this Muslim girl, right? She's married. So she's saying that her husband and her husband are having problems right now. Now he's down in Atlanta for like a couple of weeks. They're on like a little trial separation or whatever. But what she's saying is
Not doing it.
that he likes to argue with her, and she's not argumentative. Like, this is the first that the woman is not argumentative, but she's
No,
saying that
I'm one of those two. I don't argue.
she don't like to argue, and he always wants to argue about every little thing, and it's just getting on her fucking nerves. But her whole point was saying that she's damned if she do, damned if she don't. So she's saying that they have businesses together, they have other houses together, they just bought a house in Delaware, and that it would take a lot for them to break up. So she's saying she really don't want to break up with him, but she also doesn't want to go out here in these streets because it ain't shit out here in these streets either. So the question of the night for ideology is, who settles more relationship, men or women?
Whoa, hit that last part
What's
again.
up?
You were breaking up on it.
Yeah, you broke up.
I said, who settles more in a relationship, men or women?
I think women do.
Me
Here
too.
you go, Katie. Here you go, Katie. Here you go, Katie. Y'all jump right
When
up.
you ask, it's just my personal opinion. I think women do because we tend to stay in a relationship longer in hopes of making it last. So we're gonna
Katie,
take more.
Katie, let me explain something to you, Katie. I know guys that's in a relationship that haven't had sex with their girlfriend / wife in a year.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
That's because they're out there doing it on the side.
no, Katie. No, Katie. No,
Look,
no. So the wife is
okay.
not giving them none. So don't always just jump out the window and defend your own gender, No, what's up?
I'm gonna be quiet.
No pandering, y'all. No pandering, y'all. So what's your take, Aisha?
I honestly think that the women do take a lot more. I know it can be equal. Like, I know men have to take and deal with a lot and compromise a lot, but I think the women do it more. And the reason that I say that is because if you think of the times where there is an outline necessarily of, everything is supposed to be 50-50. Sometimes it doesn't always end up being 50-50, and the women takes just a little bit more. So that's why I say the women.
All right, hold on now, hold on. So let me ask y'all: do you think that the women take it longer, or is it more things that does the guy sacrifice more things, or would the women take one thing longer? How do you think that sways? What's up, everybody? Quiet.
I don't think I quite. So you're asking to. I'm not getting your
KD,
point.
KD, say a guy is sacrificing. He can't go outside. He can't do this. He can't do that. He can't do this. He can't do that. But the woman is only sacrificing, like, all right, he cheated. He cheats, or he does this. It's this one thing
Well,
that
cheating is a pretty damn big thing now. I mean,
still one thing.
that's a totally different damn ball game right there, T.
Don't lose the example, KD. Don't lose on your emotions, Katie. Don't lose the example on your emotions. All right. I'm saying that
Okay.
it's this one thing that he does that annoys you over the 50 things that you do that annoy him, and there's no
Why the
compromise.
hell we gotta be doing 50? What are y'all doing 75 to or nowhere else?
What happened?
But we still take it.
What
I
you
got a
say,
question.
Katie?
I got a question in the comment, right? Um, let's take the cheating part out of it, because that's easy to hang our head on that, right?
Thank
It's
you,
easy to say
Viola.
if you cheat that the woman got to settle or a man got to settle. Let's take that out the whole
Right.
thing. Let's talk about pure me and you, right?
Right.
So let's say the man's responsibility or the man is trying to gather finances to provide for his home. He's
Oh
working
my
all the
God.
time. He goes to work. He has to work. His job limits him to
No.
do certain things.
Hold on. I gotta interrupt you real quick because is this your people, Katie? How you gonna say you sacrifice? We sacrificing our bodies.
Hey, baby. Look, don't you be messing with my little girl. Hey,
Your
baby.
girl is
Go ahead now.
She's a smart young lady. You better listen to
I'm,
her.
I'm
That's all right. We sacrificing our bodies too. That's all I'm saying. I've been used as a piece of meat before too, KD.
I can see that, T. Where you put yourself out there like a piece of meat. You and
I've been
Nell,
used
y'all put yourself out there like a piece of meat.
myself out there like a piece of
So,
meat.
The fuck? Okay.
Now, like, I ain't never been nobody's piece of meat.
I'm
Yeah, ain't that?
I'm a person, damn it. I don't want to be used as.
Yeah, I ain't know that.
Go ahead.
well, I'm sorry to let y'all guys know, but in the public eye, you're handsome. Y'all a piece of meat to somebody.
Ho. Let's hold the fuck up. So
That's
you
what
tell me. That's why things are so, it's friction in the female and the male's perspective. Like, because we handsome mean we just dick and we just should be used for that.
right.
Okay,
So
well, men ogle us, right, Aisha? Okay, it's not like we're not eye candy.
And
I mean, it is what it is.
mm-hmm.
I have a problem with that. So a nice looking guy, he all like why do we always get categorized? If you're a nice looking guy, all you're good for is slinging dick. Why can't we?
No, I didn't say that. You're just nice for looking at. I mean, I didn't say all of that now.
So a nice looking guy is only good to look at.
No. This is the greatest. She is smart, KD. She is fucking smart. Because this is the greatest example right here. That men do settle because of their lack of options. A lot of men do settle because they don't have the options to do more. I agree with that.
Or say a man might settle because he has found what it truly is that he wanted. Right? Like it's a lot different. Like you might say, oh, we settle for something, but that might just be what that man was looking for.
Right.
And that woman might have just been enough, regardless of whatever. She might just be enough for him. So we hunker down and we stay where we at. We stay where we're comfortable at.
Hold on, but now I also know guys who's never, really gotten females like that. So once they get a female, happy that they got one. What you shaking?
Exactly.
I see you shaking your head, Katie. This is a real thing.
Wait, I didn't. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I said there is guys that have never gotten a lot of females coming up. So once they get one, they're just happy that they got one. So they'll take anything from her just because they're happy that they got one.
Well, I mean, that can happen with females too.
Yeah.
But how
That's a two-way
likely?
street.
How likely is that though?
It's very likely. I've known a lot of ugly babies went to school with me and grew up to be like beautiful, and now.
Do y'all know? Y'all know how many ugly women that guys will still smash? Like,
yeah, but they'll smash.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, smash and that's it. Yeah.
They might not
necessarily
be making this their dip. Like they might smash and keep it moving. Well, you know what I mean?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
True.
So just because they smash, like I know a lot of ugly girls that got kids and families, and like they're together. So it's not like they.
Well, they got kids. They got kids because that man didn't take his own condom, and she was trying to get a baby by a good-looking man. So now you got to blame that on the man.
Right. All right. So if you're saying that women settle more than men, how come women always seems to have an issue with something? When you settle, you don't have an issue. You don't have a problem. You're comfortable when you settle. What's the definition of being settled? Comfortable.
Hold on. I don't believe that now.
No, I'm saying stand in your lane, right?
But I don't believe that in all occasions because you could be settling. You could be not wanting to settle, but that's your option. That's your only option right now.
Exactly. But I'm saying though, you only will conform when you have to. Right. You only going to conform because you have to. So you can say, how can a woman say she's going to settle more than a man if she's always going to highlight her issue with something?
Right.
You're never settled at that moment, right? You're not settled. You might be living in the moment, but you're not settled because you're always pressing the issue.
Right.
When you don't press the issue, you conform to your surroundings, your situation. You're not quick to jump off. You're not quick to leave. You're not quick to point out the negative. You're not quick to point out what's wrong because you settled already.
And not only that, Nell, a lot of people that's their character. Like their character might not be to combat what they're settling for. Like they might not even notice that they're settling for something because that's not their character.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
going to
settle
say too.
I think we all settle when we find what we're looking for. I'm gonna just say that when we found that person who we're willing to share good, bad, or indifference with, and we know it, then we that's it. And you figure it out.
When you speak of settling, I thought y'all was speaking of settling for someone and you're not being treated the way you want to be treated. So you just
All of that is included.
like saying, okay, well, if I go out here and get somebody else, it's gonna be the same thing, so I may as well stay here. I was thinking you was talking about that type of stuff.
All of that is included, Katie.
Yeah,
all of that is included.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or this person is just everything I wanted to be, even though she be riffing, I still love her enough to still be here. It could be that. Like we do that a lot. Like, yo, she be wilding, but I'm still acting her.
Yeah, and it could be a thing where, you know, you're waiting for someone to make some changes. Like if you keep talking on it or keep speaking on it, maybe they don't look at it as them settling, but maybe they're looking at it like, okay, well, you know, if I keep speaking on it or something, then maybe those changes will happen, and then that person will then
maybe wait for
the things that I don't like, right?
Okay,
I think I listen to both sides, and I actually want to change my answer. Because I'm actually hearing myself talk. I'm hearing y'all talk. I think the person who settles the most is the person that's comfortable with themselves. Right? When you're comfortable with yourself, you know exactly what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. And if you feel comfortable in that situation to say, regardless of whatever, I know this is I know this is where my heart is, and this is home for me, regardless of any issue that I might have with this person, because we can work them. We can work through them. Settling is understanding, is having compromise, is compassion, is understanding that shit ain't perfect.
But that's what I mean, Nell. That's what I mean, Nell. When you're settling without the compromise, that's what I'm talking about. When you settling
Well, I think women settle more than men, though.
I think
you say y'all settle more than a men under that situation.
I think y'all settle
when y'all always bringing something to the attention of.
I don't think y'all settle for more things. I think y'all just settle longer.
Or y'all just flow.
Yeah, we stay in it longer. I do agree because most women they gonna stay in it until they just not in it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the dangerous part right there.
Do men really walk away? Like really? Like y'all say y'all stay.
I mean, I'll see parties walk away because you'll stay there and take, out of love, you're gonna take. But I've seen it where again, I can only go by me now. I took for years. I took a long time because of who I am.
Who broke up with who?
When I got tired,
left?
I left. I did.
Okay, exactly. So at that moment, you gave up.
Yeah, well, hell yeah, after all the years.
But y'all say y'all stay longer. But if you walk away, that means you still walked away.
34 years was long enough for me.
But I'm saying though, y'all say y'all stayed longer. But if you walked away from it, you didn't stay longer.
34 years wasn't long.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
What he's saying is
y'all just said
he didn't walk away from you.
Katie. I never walked away. If you said we was married for 40 years, and on the 41st year you walked away, you still walked away first. So y'all can't say y'all stay longer if you decided to get up and leave.
Right.
Well, I guess I thought T was trying to see who sell for it long, because if a female is doing something that y'all don't like, come on, y'all are not gonna stay there.
That's not true.
Y'all gonna do it.
We don't like y'all mouth. We stay with it. We don't like this shit.
Okay, another example. This is the example. If y'all old lady cheated on y'all can take it the way the female can take it.
How you know? How you know? That's not true.
A man cannot take it. A man cannot take it.
Let me ask you a question. Let's go back to.
You can play the game. If you want to play the game with me, then we can play a game.
Play the game
with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play the game with because I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So let's say the roles were reversed. Let's say Will's entanglement came out before Jada's. You think she would have stayed? Nope. No. Because she would have been looked at as a weak ass woman for staying with a man that cheated on her. But Will stayed with his wife because of this, even regardless of whatever they had arranged. He still stuck behind his woman and took up for his woman, even when this information came out. So you can't say a man is so quick to leave when y'all cheat. That's not true.
Well, now Will, just in a business sense, but I don't. I'm just from my observation. That men can take like women.
As a woman, does emotions play a part in how y'all move? Like, are you emotional to the point where emotions will make you walk away first before common sense set in?
Hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I walk in a minute.
Yeah.
So how would you say you settle for more?
I got to say I will.
Then if you can say that, then how are you saying that women settle for more? If you're saying emotions play a part in will you're walking away on just like a drop of a dime, yes, then you're not settling.
No.
But see, that's not the. But what is the basis of time? So 1 year could have been when I was fed up, but I stayed for an additional 9 more. Do you see what I'm saying? So what is the base? If we're basing it on time, who's to say what is the boiling point or what is the threshold of what a woman can take? You know, after a year, maybe it's just like, you know what, I really can't do this, but you can't get out of it, and then there's 10 years before you know it, 15 years, 20 years, etc. So then you would have stayed over the time frame.
Is that okay if a woman chooses to walk away based upon her feelings? Is she validated for doing that?
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, well, I mean that depends on what she's walking away from. She feel like, I guess she feel validated, and that depends on. I guess I would say that the couple, they know if they are in a relationship. He know as well as she know if there's what's going on. Don't nobody know what's going on behind the closed door, but those two know if nobody else do.
So she's validated for walking away for her because of her feelings and her wants and not wants, right? She's okay with that.
Depending on why she walked away.
No, I'm saying though, if she reached the point of enough is enough. I've had enough. I can't do it. Her walking away is justifiable if she's reached that point, right?
Well, if he brought her to that point, then
and
yeah,
it should be accepted, and it should be accepted by both parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
What if a man did the same thing? Would I be accepted of walking away, or would I be looked upon as being a no good piece of shit? Because I had enough and I walked away from it.
No, I feel like you would be cool. A man, I feel like, yes, you would be right in that if you're not in a space where you're happy or you're being fulfilled or completed, and it's bringing you down as an individual, this situation, then absolutely. Why would anybody ever think that a person doing what's best for them is a bad thing?
So why?
That's where people got to step outside of themselves and not take things so personally.
So if that's the case, and a man can have the same justification as a woman, why do women then run and say he wasn't no good? He left me high and dry.
That's their emotion.
He walked away.
That depends on the situation, man.
He only walked away because he wanted to be with this other bitch. He was cheating on me with this other bitch, or he wasn't really serious and he was only playing games. How come there's always a narrative attached to when a man chooses to walk away, but when a woman walks away,
well, that's because he cheated. So it's the truth.
Oh, let's keep the cheat. Let's keep the fair.
Fair. Every single thing because he cheated.
Let's play fair. Let's keep the cheating. Let's not even cheat it. What if the man said, "I've had enough. I can't deal with all this unnecessary drama."
Okay.
Maybe you can.
Okay.
How come?
And even if I don't think anything is wrong with, again, those two know what's going on in a relationship. Okay, let's just say, for instance, and I know this, that is really happening. Let's say that the woman is the one that is always going out. The woman is the one that's not doing right in a relationship. That the man is the one who is always right. Okay, I see this young man as having every reason why, because he done took shit after shit after shit, because she ain't shit, she ain't shit, she ain't shit. He would be within his rights to take his child and leave.
I
I
don't believe that nobody not shit. I hate that when we say people ain't shit. That person just wasn't shit for that person,
right.
and then that person they get with us, they're gonna be the right shit for that person. Like we compatible to the person that we get with, that we stay with.
No,
And you gotta find that.
hold on now. I gotta address something that Katie said, because she said that we don't settle for a lot of shit. I know a lot of guys that settle just because a girl might have a fat ass. They might settle with a girl because she got a job. They might settle with a girl because she helped him take care of his kids. It's a lot of shit that men settle for. So you can't say that.
Right.
Settle for.
Right.
Or he
Right.
might settle because he in love.
Right.
He might
You're
really
right.
be
Right.
And
love
she
and
could be
like,
treating him
yo,
like shit.
I never
She
felt
treating
like this
him like
before
shit.
with
And
somebody
he
else.
love her, so he's not gonna leave. He's settled.
Right.
Or it's hard for
You're
him to leave.
right.
Or it might be hard. Like, yo, she always saying this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. But he like, babe, like, let's figure it out. Let's try it. Like, I don't think this is the course of action that we should be employing. Let's figure it out. Let's work together because I love you. I want to be with you. That's not walking
And
away.
you
That's
do
having.
have those that love him. I do agree, because this young man who I'm speaking of, he really do love his wife, and there's
All right.
nothing wrong with that.
All right, so let me ask y'all a question. So, what do y'all think this female should do in this instance? Because she loves her husband, she wants to be with him, but he's driving her fucking crazy. So she don't want to leave him, and she also is looking at that they have businesses together. They just bought a new house. She don't want to start all over. Basically, she don't want to start all over and then find the same bullshit, in the next person.
I
So
am the wrong person to give a relationship advice to or
she's
from, because my words are always going to be the same. Figure it out. Work on it. Like, y'all together for a reason. If he not beating you up, disrespecting you to that point, or making you less than a person, and it's just misunderstanding and miscommunications, and y'all fell out of unison together, then I'm gonna say, try to get back to where y'all began, or try to get back to some sense of togetherness, because it ain't gonna ever be like it was in the beginning, but it can still have a beginning, middle, and an end, right?
But this is what I'm saying now, is that she's saying he's not with the compromising part. He don't. She's saying that she's being verbally abused, and he's not trying to compromise.
Then she already
Compromise on what?
her
That's what I'm
mind is
saying.
made up.
Compromise on the verbal abuse, Katie. Pay attention.
Oh, so he is verbally abusive to her?
Right.
What's verbal abuse?
Always arguing with me and like calling me names and shit. Like calling me names and trying to downgrade me. Like,
Mhm.
To each his own, but I mean, that's one of the reasons I got tired of verbal abuse. But I took it for years, years and years.
Yeah, I think
So,
she's at a point where she kind of knows herself the correct answer. If it's not going to that form of communication that he's expressing is not possibly going to change.
right.
So therefore, if that portion of it is not going to change, how can you then, and I get it, like it's a lot invested here. You know what I mean? We're talking about businesses, we're
mhm.
talking about, a lot years of just family,
Right.
friendship, love, etc. How do you just walk away from that? But I think you do yourself a detriment
Right.
if you're not going to see exactly how the relationship has progressed and transformed. Now, if you're going to be willing to try to get it back to a comfortable space where the partnership can continue, and then maybe,
Mhm.
you guys can work on getting the love portion back, then maybe that's one thing. But if he's not willing to compromise in any way, shape, or form, and he still continues to belittle you or talk down to you, etc., those things that might not change.
Right.
That might not change. So therefore, it's going to have to be up to her to put on those big girl panties and walk away. It's slim pickings out here for sure.
Right.
Yeah, she's
It's
just gonna
slim
have to, in
pickings
this
out here for
case,
sure.
she has to choose peace, her peace, or
Yes.
her comfortability with life. Have the businesses with him. I mean, she's gonna have to make that choice. What does she want? Peace and happiness, or pain and pushing? Obviously, I mean, go to marriage counseling. Maybe marriage counseling can help. If he loved her enough, then she brings to his attention on what's hurting her, and maybe they can work it out. I mean, I wouldn't say the first thing to do is to leave. You always want to try to work things out before you just walk away.
So T, did she say how this like separation is going so far? Like how long has it been? Or you might have said it and I might have missed it.
She said it's been like a week.
Oh, okay. So it's still
Oh
fairly
Lord, have
new.
mercy. Yeah, they
So it's
ain't
still fairly
separated.
new.
So
Because sometimes, the space will
right.
help. You know what I mean? And being
No,
away
you,
from each
no,
other
no,
can
Katie.
help a little.
She said she was on her way to moving out before he left, and he just jumped the gun on her. That's what she said happened.
Well, it sounded to me like they through with each other.
Mhm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's a difficult thing when there's family involved and there's businesses involved. So there's a
Yeah,
lot in the
it's
middle.
not easy.
Right.
Exactly, it's not an easy thing to do because they've built too much together.
No, she said he wasn't always that way, Millennia. This
Hmm.
is a good question. This is a good question right here, though. This is the part where I think people are missing. Are people still falling in love, or are they just with people that they love?
Good
That's
question. Do people still fall in love? I
hell
mean,
yeah.
because with the dating game that y'all describe, people don't fall in love anymore.
I believe that a lot of people have altered, intentions, different intentions, but some people still fall in love. I still
You
believe
think
that.
so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's your thoughts on that? Y'all think people still fall in love, or they just love the person that they're with?
Um,
I'm
I figure they just love the person they with. I don't know.
Aisha, what's up?
I
I'm a lover of love, man. I believe in that fairy tale love, and whether it happens or not, like I still
Yeah, they are
believe in
making
that.
it.
And I do feel like people do still fall in love. I do. I do.
That's sweet. Now that's a good question.
I
Y'all let
think
us know out there in the audience.
I think more people are on the business side of it, and they love their person more than people being in love. That's what I think. What you think?
Mm.
What you think now?
Yeah. Um,
You stuck now?
no, you know what it is. I'm having an epiphany. Actually, I'm having a come to Jesus moment
I can dig
because just to be transparent. And never do we get up on here and we try to be more than what we are, or express views that we're not living. I'm actually sympathizing with this young lady because I've even had my own run-ins with my own um anger issues, my own just being, sometimes it could look like I'm empathetic, not caring, or letting my emotions get out of control to the point where it looks like I am enraged. And I never want that to ever come across to the person that I love as, as that being a hindrance to us being able to move forward, being able to work on our issues, or even feeling love. So, you know, that's something that, one, always is trying to work on, just trying to be the best me. But also I recognize that's an issue where, the way you communicate doesn't always land on a person the way it should. And it could come off as being overbearing and demeaning. So, as I sit here and I listen to the story and I listen to you guys talk, I read the comments, I realize that's something that's always a work in progress for myself. You know me since I was a little boy, to how we got on the basketball court and I was the shit starter out there. And I
right.
was one I was the shooter. I was the one that always was with the shit. And I realized that ain't always the true mark of a man, is always being in controversy and not knowing how to control his behavior. Um, and that's something that is always, again, that I need to work on, and always needing to be cognizant of to where it's not affecting my partner.
Right.
So internalization is always the best form of understanding to help you move forward with yourself, but also to be loving to someone else. And to answer Sarah's question is, are people still falling in love? And this may sound so corny and so cliche, but I fall in love each and every day I wake up, because I love myself, which in turn is helping me love the person I'm with even more, because of the specialness that they have to deal with when they deal with me. just to have that strength, personality, being able to deal with life, and just being able to deal with love, and how it comes off from both parties is amazing. Yes, people are still falling in love, and it's a great feeling to be in love. And that's why I said I'm even the worst person to give advice to or get it from, because I'm always going to choose to stay. I'm going to choose to stay, even if it's toxic or not, because I believe in love. Love is what brought us to this point. Love is what got us to the point where I'm asking questions to understand what it is that is helping me either to make the decision of staying or leaving, right? So I believe love is present, prevalent, and real, right? I believe it. Absolutely.
No. So if I ask you a question, you said a good word that people don't talk about enough. You said empathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when talking about empathy, do you think it's possible for people to have empathy for their mate after their mate hurt them? I think they lose that empathy part.
It's like I say this a lot, and I use this term a lot. It's like getting punched in the eye. The moment you get hit, regardless if it's a mistake or not, you've been hurt.
Right.
The person can apologize 1,000 times over, even if it was just a backhand slap or whatever. You know what it felt like to be hit. So the moment they go to raise their hand, even if it's to hug you, you're flinching. Why? Because your innocence for that situation right there has been taken away. You now know how it feels. So yes, the moment that level of understanding that you've never, like, it's like, again, it was like we equate this as something easy that everybody can understand. It's like cheating, right? The moment you get cheated on, you know how that pain felt. So it's not foreign to you anymore. You're not a virgin to it anymore. You know what that pain felt like. So you never want to experience that again.
Right. So ladies, I want to ask y'all, is it hard for y'all to have empathy for a guy that hurt you?
And you're still with
That
them?
depends on how you
Or
hurt. But
Right.
I mean, that depends on how he hurt me, I guess. I mean, I can truly say I still have had empathy, or I could have empathy. Like I say, I went and took care of my ex. He wasn't my ex at the time, but he was on the way to ex. But he needed me at the time, and I went to care of him. Now, rewind that, fast forward. He did ask me afterwards, after we had gotten divorced, if I would like cook a dish for him. Well, hell no, motherfucker, you got one for that now.
See,
So,
that's what I mean. That empathy right there, Katie. What you just said. Right
well,
there.
he got a woman now, so why would I be trying to cook for him? No.
Aisha, same question. Where's your empathy level?
yeah, my empathy, I'm gonna always remain me no matter what. Like even being hurt, even towards this person, like you can never strip me of who I am. I'm going to still have empathy for you. I may choose not to deal with you and to remove myself after the hurt, but my empathy will
Mhm.
always still remain. Like I am still going to be true and genuine to who I am. And if I still love you even after the hurt, you're not going to notice any change in my behavior. I'm still going to
Exactly.
be me. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to love how I love, and I love hard. So it's going to remain whether you hurt me or not. You know who loses if you hurt me? You.
Mhm.
Exactly.
That's it.
We just got to be aware of the energies we put out there too. Also, we gotta realize you can't be playing with people and expect not to be played with back, right? Like people, like just because you might not be with it, they might be with it, and that's no excuse. Like somebody might be really like with the shit, and you might not be down for that, and you can't play with people in their face like that.
Right.
Like so, you got to be cognizant of the type of individual that you are. If you a puppy, be a puppy.
Right.
If you can hang with the big dogs, then you can hang with the big dogs. And some people can handle it. They can dish it and they can take it. But don't just dish that shit and think that all right, it's cool. I can say what I want and nobody can't say nothing back to me. Like you can't be playing with people like that. People have switches, and they switch will have them going somewhere else with it.
So now, when that happens, whose job is it to, make the divide?
It's the like for an example, let's say you got somebody, like let's say you got a person that you're in a relationship with, right? And y'all beefing right now.
Right.
And they texting you, they just at you with the shit. Right? Like they just won't let up.
Right.
It's for you to be the bigger person because you can let them, like what they don't understand is they make themselves look like a fool. Right? You could say 1,000, 50,000, you could say 1,000,009 things to me, but it's the one moment I respond, I become the bad guy. Right? And every time you ain't got to take the bait every time. And that's what I had to learn. That's what I am continuing to learn, that not every fight deserves me to put my hands up.
Right.
It might just me be walking away because at the end of the day, they only talking to themselves. Right. Because if they didn't pull up to me in my face or call me on the phone, then it's just words. And as I get older, I understand words can't kill me. I can love to see another day with somebody's with a bunch of words. So they only play themselves because at the end of the day, you're doing all that for what? What is it for? Like that's why me and T said on this podcast several times over. It's a way of handling things. Like I'm not going to read this long text messages because that's not how you get across to me.
Right.
You want to talk to me, you want to get your point across to me, just call me. Let's talk. Even if the conversation at one point may seem one-sided or we might go left here, may go left here. I got a greater respect for you when you pull up to me and let's have a conversation in real time instead of the cowardly way in text message. I can't feel what you're saying if you're sending me a text message because I'm not reading it. I already told you I'm not going to read it. So if you're expecting a response from me, you're not going to get it. So you know what you're doing right now? You're being this big bad bully to yourself because you're texting yourself. So it's always about, in this point in time, and as we're seeing from the slap, as we're seeing from whatever, it's all about your response to it. Chris Rock is being revered because of his patience with the situation, right? Will Smith looks like the big bad bully because of what he did. The moment Chris Rock would have responded and they started rumbling, it would have been two black men rumbling at the Oscars.
Right.
It wouldn't have been, oh shit, it was a victim.
Right.
Oh shit, somebody really got hit and hurt, and now we got to check on them. Right? So it's like if you can't live in this world of I can dish it and I can take it, then don't dish it.
but it's easy to say that when a lot of people don't know that they can't take it. That's the thing.
They can't take it.
Because
then when you speaking your truth, then they be like, "Oh, you fugazi. Oh, people really know the real you. People know the real me. So stop playing with me, like for real. Because I'm telling you, I can be an ass.
Right.
But then when I be an ass, is oh shit! Look how you went out.
Right.
Nah, don't keep playing. Don't keep poking the bear because the bear is the real killer.
All right, lady.
We're not condoning that kind of behavior on the show.
Lady,
we're not going to condone.
What's your last words on this topic and empathy and all of that? What's your last words?
I think let's answer Diana's question real quick. See, let's ask her question. Is that empathy? No. No, I don't. It's a thin line between empathy and non-empathetic, being empathetic and non-empathetic, right? Having empathy and being non-empathetic is you got to know what battles to pick. That's basically what it is. You got to know what battles to fight, and that sometimes we get so emotional, we so attached to what the battle is that we're picking because we have so much stock in the game that we get so entrenched in it, and that we got to argue our point because we are emotionally attached to it, right? Like an argument. Let's say me and KD or me and Aisha are in a relationship and we are both arguing points. It's because we are emotionally attached to that point that we're discussing, that we both have to get our truths out about it, right? That truth that come out of my mouth might not land on Aisha or KD's ear the same way that their truth might land on my ear. So we decipher what we want to hear at that moment. But we should have empathy for the person that we love enough to be able to listen and be able to say, all right, we both had a blow up, or we both said things that we didn't mean to say. Now let's gather all that was said and let's start unpacking it. And let's start to figure out where we can have common ground and what really is truth and what's not.
So, ladies, is that easier? Is that easy for you when you're coming off of an emotional roller coaster?
What, to talk?
To be empathetic.
Yeah, I can always be empathetic.
I'm talking about if you're in an emotional space.
I
It's
mean,
easy for me all around the board.
I
I
think
don't
it would be
think it's
easy
for
for
men.
me.
What I'm
I don't
saying.
think it's easy for men in most cases because we're emotional,
Right.
and our emotions are leading us to be to our voices to be raised, or hopefully it should never get physical.
Right.
But our voices got raised and we got real animated.
Right.
But once the emotion has wore off and we had time to cool down, hopefully we can become empathetic to each other and say, damn, she's still a woman.
Right. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
still my man.
That's the part that gets hard because my ego will not allow me to be empathetic when you're poking me. Like if you're poking me, my ego is going to take charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine too.
And what do you call poking, T? What do y'all call poking?
When you
Like if
playing,
they're trying to communicate with you how they feel, is that poking?
when you playing with me.
What do you
we all
consider
know.
playing?
Yeah,
when you
Katie, we
playing
all
with
know
me like I'm not who I am, like when you're playing with me like I'm not who I am, then that's when my ego is going to show you who I am.
Yeah.
Well, I guess your woman would know what you consider playing with you.
You absolutely know.
Okay.
People know what that means,
Yeah.
Katie.
Yeah, people know what that means.
People know what that means.
Like
I agree.
you know when you take a shit too far.
Right.
You know, like damn, I'm kind of going a little bit too far. Like I'm poking the bear. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right,
You're right.
you gotta.
I guess I don't poke. That's why.
If you want to continue to poke, you got to realize that you might poke a bear to wake up.
Right.
And if they wake up, they wake up. But then too, I gotta have then I'm entrusted to have self-control.
Right.
And I gotta have all of these intangibles
right.
because I'm the man, right? I'm supposed to have self-control. I'm supposed to be empathetic. I'm supposed to be caring and loving and protective. And I can't, and I'm not supposed to get
right.
Remember, I'm still a man.
Right.
With feelings and emotions. So that's when empathy always should come in and play and say, all right, this at the end of the day, this is still my man, still my lady. Let me calm the fuck down.
Hold on now, because they're asking for explanations when it means point. So this is what it means, KD. When y'all do that thing where y'all be like, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. When y'all do that thing, that's when you're playing with me.
That's not playing. We're telling you how we feel.
It is. Yes, it is, because you don't mean that. So that's what it means.
Sometimes they do mean it when they saying it. At times they mean it.
That's
or playing with you could be the fact that only your point is valid.
Right.
Only you can have anything to say. Only you can express yourself in the moment. I go say, all right, cool, I understand, but how about we work on these things? And that shit gets dismissed. That's playing with a person. Or
Right.
you know your mate, you know the things that they don't want or they don't like, and you do that. That's
Right.
playing with them.
Right.
Well, that comes from knowing your mate. So again,
Yeah.
that's that comes with knowing your partner.
That's what I'm saying. People know what it is when you playing with somebody.
Or
Mhm.
you
know what
send a
it is.
nasty ass text message to me, and I call your phone, and
Wow.
you keep hitting me to end. You keep sending me to end, or you don't answer. That you don't really want to talk. You want to be messy. That's playing with a
Right.
person.
Mhm.
Because the moment I don't answer my phone is who the fuck who you with, or you can't answer my calls, or it'll always be that kind of energy. So that's called playing with a person. It's always a point of trying to be toxic,
Right.
trying to be messy, trying to be controversial.
It's like it's talking to me a certain way. It's certain behaviors. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things, but you know what it is when you're the person on the opposite side of that person. You
Mhm.
know what that is when you playing with me. You clearly know what it is because we've been through a certain amount of things.
Right.
So you know what my buttons are.
Yeah.
That's what it means. You know
Mhm.
what my buttons are, and you're purposely.
Well, let me ask you this: do either one of you ever push her buttons?
I don't got
Right.
time for that,
Yeah.
Katie. I
I'm
don't got
sure
time for that.
I'm sure I have. I ain't gonna ever sit here and say I haven't pushed buttons. I'm never gonna sit here and say what come out my mouth may have not been a trigger, may have not have whatever. But you know what I go back to what I said before. I can take it.
Right.
What I dish, I can take.
Right.
I can stand up for that shit. We can go back and forth. Not saying it's right, but I ain't gonna wilt in the corner and start crying
Right.
after the conversation.
Right.
I'm not
Mhm.
going to use that and say, "Oh, you were so disrespectful and people don't know the real you and you I ain't going to do that shit."
Like
Cuz
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like no, I learned that like you can't joke with everybody. I learned that you can't joke with everybody because they don't know how to take the joke. Like
yeah,
you take it serious, and when you're only joking, so you have to learn who you can joke with and who you can't joke with because everybody don't is not playing. Everybody don't know what the joke is.
yeah.
That's
Or
true.
I just
It's something
realized
you have
that
to learn.
everybody don't have the
Right.
same sense of views that I have on certain
Right.
topics.
Right.
It's just not going
Right.
like I'm resigned to the fact that my thoughts is my thoughts only, and hopefully we share some of the same views. But I can't get you to be in my mind, and I can't get in your mind. So that's why I would like for you to tell me what you're really talking about instead of poking me with what you're talking about. Because there's a way like if I don't answer the phone and like I could be at work, right? And I don't answer the phone. Just an example. I could be at work, I don't answer the phone, and I don't got my phone in my hand. Oh, I know you seen my text, but why you ain't responding to my text? Like, you know I'm at work. Like, all right, my question is, well, what time did you call me? Well, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Well, you should have been at lunch. You're assuming
Right. Then you gonna tell me
you're
what time I got.
assuming that I'm taking lunch the same time you
Right.
might have taken lunch, or that I seen your call, or I'm ignoring your call. No, I could just be busy, or I'm not into you because it just be a whole bunch of shit that don't be necessary. But
Yeah.
again,
Yeah, no, because I used to purposely do like I could purposely do these little tests. Like I could purposely do a little test with any female. I could purposely do a little test to see how she's gonna react. But I had to
So
learn
you purposely poke the bear.
right
Right.
because
Is
I
that
could
what I'm
because
hearing? You purposely poke the bear.
this is what I'm trying to say, Katie, because
Mhm.
I could deal with the get back. That's why. I could do that because I could deal with the get back. It matters to me none. I could deal with the get back, but I had to learn that it's not necessary. It's just not necessary all the time.
yeah, certain things just don't like. I've realized, I'm one of them quick. I'm one of them ones that I gotta respond to everything. I
Right.
think everything. Sometimes I fall into this trap that everything needs my attention, and you know what that does? It gives people the fuel to fucking play with you.
Right.
So when you say you're
Mhm.
not a joking out a game, the moment I react is I'm really a game because I'm letting people play with me. So what that does is you keep giving people the lead in to keep playing with you. They keep playing with you and they think it's okay.
Right.
But then when you snap, now you're the aggressor. Now you like, damn, you this, you that, you fake, you don't practice what you preach. I do practice what I preach. If you listen to what I said, I keep telling y'all, I'm not a game.
Right.
I'm not that. even if I'm speaking from a voice of reason and trying to and projecting this positive image and positivity and positive imagery, that's the way I want to walk. But again, there's still a side of me that says,
Right.
I'm not a fucking joke.
Right.
I slap the shit out you. But I don't want to. Not saying I'm gonna put my hands on you, but I can sustain the energy that I put out there. But you gotta realize what's truth. And the moment you realize your truth, you can live in your truth. And I don't think people do that.
That's what I'm saying.
People don't live in a truth.
As you get wiser, you start learning what things are necessary.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
You realize, like, that's why I said the first thing that came out of my mouth Sunday when I seen that, I was like, Will was right for smacking the shit out of him. But as I sit back and I gather information, as I let this roll on my spirit, it could have been handled differently. Maybe I smacked shot him backstage. Now everybody don't got to see me disrespect him. You know, or maybe we can have a conversation, the three of us. It's a lot of different things. Or when somebody poking you, you don't always got to take the bait. Swim up, let you be that fish that swims upstream and let the other fish take the bait and get involved in that. That's what growth and maturity comes in there. And people going to play with you because that's just what people going to do. But you are in control of your destiny. That's why I said we got to get back to loving ourselves and being able to live with ourselves, because you then understand what you're going to go for and what you're not going to go for.
Right.
And you can teach somebody else how it is that what you like and what your dislikes is. That's why we go back to what we talked about many shows ago. You got to be able to sit down and have a conversation with a person and tell them you. If we go on a date or we out and about and you say, Nell, tell me about you, I'm going to tell you that type of shit. Because I know what I can't handle and what I can handle. So when it comes up, I can say, see, I told you I wasn't the greatest person to handle that type of situation, because I can kind of get real crazy with it. But I try not to. You learn from experience.
Yeah. That's right.
And age and experience, I mean, with life and with life and age comes experience, right? That's why we're still alive right now. We haven't done anything that put us in harm's way, or if we did, we were scathed, because God wanted us to continue to go further. You know, right?
Let's wrap up, people.
Yeah, this was a great show.
Great show.
We did a lot. Yo, it's so funny because every Thursday, we're gonna get a little bit of insight what goes on back room a little bit, right? Every Thursday we talk about how we gotta stay on course. How this show can only be an hour and a half because we got business to attend to when it comes to other platforms that we're on. It always seems to go over. We have now been on here for 2 hours and 10 minutes, and that's because the dialogue, the topics, the energy, the support, the camaraderie that is the four of us, but also that is y'all who is our audience. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful marriage, and we appreciate everything everybody does, and we're going to continue to grow strong for you. We talked about this a couple of shows ago. If you're looking for, you're looking for any promo, if you got a business, if you got anything going on, and you want one of the four of us to, do some promo for your business, we're here to do it. We'll share you on our page. We'll share you on our live. We'll do whatever we need to do. We got individuals out there with any accomplishments. Congratulations. We will highlight them on our show. We will speak about those different things. Not because, we trying to gain a benefit, because we're a family here at UnCensored Minds, right? UnCensored Minds has so many different layers and branches to it. Branch off to the world of Telemade. We can branch off to Karen Corner, Karen D on the Move. We can branch off to Raw Honey or even Friday Night Lights. And then we also have our own individual selves, who we are. So, we appreciate you rocking with us. We appreciate you vibing with us every Sunday night, listening to us on Spotify and also Apple Music. Continuing to watch the clips that we put out each and every week. Continue to share us. Continue to comment and support us. We appreciate that. Let's help us grow by sharing the video, liking the video, telling your friends, bringing new friends, whatever. We appreciate that.
Also, y'all can like and comment on past videos and clips. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all get the
My last words is I want to thank all of the new people, as well as thank all of you good old people who have stood by us, even from the first name up to now. You never missed. Thank y'all for embracing us. We love y'all too.
And we also got merch. As you can see, we got the white shirt, we got the black shirt, and now debuting tonight for the first time, the red shirt. So
Yeah.
we got all different colors for you. You can now order them, Uncensored Minds, in the message section of Uncensored Minds on our Facebook page.
hit me up.
We got them. You need them, we got them. They shipping out real quick. You can have them by next Sunday. We love to post y'all in them. We love to get picture mail. So we got the white one, we got the black one, and now we got the red one. More colors are coming soon. We going pretty before we know, we gonna have T in a pink shirt.
You ain't never gonna get me in a
We
pink.
gonna get T in a pink shirt.
You ain't
That's
never
the
gonna get
that
me in
is
a
the
pink
that is
shirt,
the
bro.
plan. May is Breast
That's the
Cancer
plan.
Awareness Month, and my man T is gonna have some sort of pink on him somewhere.
I'll put some pink inside of the shirt.
Okay, T. Okay, how about this one? How about if you sell when you sell the 100 shirt, you wear a pink shirt.
I'll do that. I'll take part in that.
Okay,
Okay.
people, y'all heard that right? Get to ordering.
I'll take
And
part.
and check this out. What we're gonna do here too is when T wears pink shirt, we all going to donate $25 to the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Awareness Fund on behalf of Uncensored Minds in the name of T. Taylor. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Just
All
because that man loves pink so much.
right, whatever. All right, Aisha, any last words?
So I just want to say, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. All of the topics were great. We had great convo. We learned some new things. We all, kind of embraced each other and our thoughts and ideas. And we thank you so, so much for hanging out with us tonight. Go out into the world this week and be great. Be awesome. Like Karen said, take that little 5 minutes out of your day and just recalibrate yourself. Go out into the world and be great. Make sure you watch Tailor Made Kicks Wednesday nights, Friday Night Lights. Karen D on the move. She's got some amazing things that's going to be coming up soon. Raw Honey, www.rawhoneydrip.com. And we will see you guys next Sunday. Thanks for hanging out.
I know we used to do this on the last platform, and I wanted to do this before we left. One of our very own is not feeling her best, and she needs our prayers. She never gets down on herself. She never asks us for anything, but we want to extend our prayers to Barbara Jones as she's battling a health issue at this present time. Just put your heart up, put your prayers up for Barbara Jones, one of our number one fans, one of our very, very own, and one of our family members here at Uncensored Minds, and throughout all of our ventures here. She's dealing with some health issues, and we want to let her know that we are here with her, we love her, and we're going to stand in support with her.
Prayers up for Barb.
Wow. Yes.
Prayers, Barb.
Last words, people. Open your minds to different perspectives. Open your minds to different perspectives, people.
And bring condoms, ladies.
Ladies, go to the store and get y'all some condoms too, man. It's cool. It's cool. We go get them tampons for y'all. Y'all could go in there and get some condoms for us, man. Cool.
KD, don't worry about it. We got a package coming your way. Georgia, look out.
Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna get my own. I'm gonna get the male and the female. I'm gonna do them both.
You trying to get the tickle effect, huh?
Yeah, that's what that's what I was.
I want to see if it tickles.
I didn't learn that in health class when they gotta tickle me Elmo or something on there, something like.
I don't know, but those tickle me Elmos are the bomb.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, Shop Raw Honey too. We still got this giveaway that we will announce on next week's show. We will announce the winner of our giveaway for our Uncensored Minds basket, which houses a number of products from Raw Honey, Karen D. Nell, Tailor Made Kicks, and T's personal own best-selling book, along with Karen D's book, and also gifts from Friday Night Lights. So the winner next week is going to have a good time and a lot of fun. Because Rose is going to be in there with it.
All right,
Nice.
we out of here, people.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye.